The teams came to Melbourne for the fourth Test match starting on Boxing Day, with Australia already leading 2-0 in the series, and England, after a poor performance in Adelaide, were looking pretty well out of sorts, and Australia hot favourites to win the fourth Test and therefore regain the Ashes from England. The match was interesting from the point of view that it was played on a wicket which had been totally relaid 11 months ago with heating elements under the soil, and so for the first time ever a Test match pitch had been made with the assistance of a giant electric blanket. The Australian team was unchanged from the winning combination in Adelaide, and England made two changes, one forced on them by the injury to Derek Randall, who'd been hit in the mouth by a ball by Michael Holding playing against Tasmania in the week leading up to the game, and also Norman Cowans, who'd been left out of the third Test match in Adelaide, came in for the off-spinner Eddie Hemmings. As it turned out, despite the fact that Australia was looking clearly superior and the wicket was a question mark, the first time it had ever been played on this new turf, the match turned out to be one of the most famous contests in the 105-year history of Test cricket. Greg Chappell, the Australian captain, won the toss for the third time in the series, and for the fourth time, the captain who won the toss sent the opposition in. So at the start of the Boxing Day, first day of the game, England started their first innings in front of a huge crowd of over 64,000, England beginning their first innings and needing to do well and needing to win the game to give themselves a chance of retaining the Ashes.
And down to fine leg for the first run of the game. Not a very good run from Cook. He had a good look at the bounce of that ball, and they take a single. Well, that was a first runs to Fowler. He's got a couple there as going out towards the backward point boundary. He gets 2. And England no wicket for 8. Now chances it. He's out. Yes, caught by Chappell. And it was an absolutely magnificent catch. Fowler caught Chappell, bowled Hogg for 4. It's 1 for 11, and that was a sensational performance by Greg Chappell.
Well, that's an absolutely freakish catch. Now look at Marsh going down the leg side and Chappell covering him beautifully. You don't come any better than that. He wouldn't have picked that ball up until it was about 2 yards past the batsman, I wouldn't have thought. What a brilliant catch.
And runs here, yes, down to that boundary. And that ball's going across that outfield very, very quickly indeed. Now, you wouldn't believe that could go for 4, but that's the first 4 of the match, 21 on the board, and first runs to Tavare.
An edge and caught by Greg Chappell at first slip. Chappell takes his second catch for the match. Jeff Cook departs. Thompson takes his first wicket, and that is an Australian Test record for Greg Chappell.
Well, a great effort to a great slips fieldsman. Tomo softened him up with a short one. A bit fuller then. Greg Chappell in beautiful position, just let the pace of the ball slap the hands loosely, give in the elbows, and there it is, a record to Greg Chappell.
This time he goes for it and hits it right off the middle. It won't be 4. Chase for Dyson. They've got 2 and will come back for the third. Gower's first runs. And Gower plays a superb shot out through point. Another long chase for Dyson. The ball getting very close to the gutter and will probably get there just. Tavare 17, Gower 18. Edge and Marsh takes the catch behind. David Gower up, third ball after lunch, and England struggling now. 3 for 56.
Well, the danger man for Australia is out. Just the man I feel is a man, a beautiful player, and Hogg again, a man who got back in the Australian side in Adelaide, has bowled and bowled well, and this is a very price wicket, this one. This is a big prize, this one. David Gower. And we'll see quite a thick edge here. See the ball leaving the bat there and giving Marsh quite a simple catch, but the ball you can see cutting away from the left-handed Gower, and that's a big breakthrough. Here we'll see it again.
Lamb facing his first ball from Hogg. Confident start. What a shot. 4 runs.
Well, how do you do, sir? How do you do, sir? The first ball, a little jab, a short arm jab, they say in boxing, and, well, what a stroke to start off.
And this time he goes for the hook. It's going to be 4 runs. No problem about that. Giving Hogg no chance.
Yeah, it's fine stroke. That's the way he's getting out, but he seemed to get behind that better. Seemed to get behind that better and played it beautifully. This is a fine stroke.
And he drives gloriously through the covers for his 3rd boundary in the over off Bruce Yardley. This is Chris Tavares.
Yardley can't believe it. He cannot believe it. He's got arms, hands on hips, and this is a classic stroke.
And runs here, yes, beautiful shot. That's his 50. Straight down the ground. That's as good a shot as we've seen play today. Tavares on to 53. They're going for the single this time. A chance for a run out, perhaps. Let's see. Yes, they're through. Well run. Fieldsman Lawson was deep, and that's Lamb's 50.
Lamb right back onto the stumps and cracks it through extra cover. Hughes won't catch it. It's 4 more.
Well, that's good cricket there. We've mentioned the onside being packed with men on the outside, so he backpedals here. He moves back a bit and he hits that ball beautifully, and quite a lot of room on the offside there. Great stuff. This is good cricket, real test cricket.
England's 200 on the board, 3 for 202, with Lamb 73 and Tavares 79. And Tavares hits it high through the offside into the fence for 4 at point, and Tavares moves to 89, which equals his highest score against Australia, that marathon innings in Perth.
Yeah, this is a good shot. As you see, it's very short. He's, as mentioned earlier, he's got all the time in the world to position himself, and crack, he's played it well. He's hit it in the air, but it's quite safe. And he may be a little different. He may skid off, but Tomo's chucking it too short.
He's caught by Yardley in the gully.
What another Yardley catch. What a marvellous catch.
Chris Tavares departs out for 89, caught by Yardley off the bowling of Thompson. He equals his previous highest score against Australia. This time he's taken 243 minutes. In Perth he took 465.
Great catch, and I just made the remark that Tomo is throwing in the ball too short. In fact, when this one's right up, he had to play forward, and look at this catch again of Yardley.
In the air, could be out. Dyson underneath it, takes the catch. Lamb out to Yardley for 83.
The lack of concentration comes into this here. He doesn't get near the ball. Look at that. He hits a long way short of it. There's 2 men out, which I pointed out earlier, and takes it to Dyson, who took a very good catch. They're not easy, but this man's a fine fielder. 4 fours and 16. That's what he is. 4 scoring strokes, both of them. 4 fours, 16.
And there's
16,
another one for good
4
measure.
20. I'll tell you what, that got through to the fence a little quicker than the others. Well, we're just saying that everything's been short off Lawson. We mentioned that before, and you thought he would have learnt. Tomo got a wicket when he kept the ball up, and Lawson's chucking him all short.
Hangs out, caught, yes, caught by Vessels, played it straight to him. Well, there's a tremendous breakthrough for Australia. Botham is out, caught Vessels, bowled Yardley. It's 6 for 259, Botham out for 27.
And Botham not very happy with himself either, and he could well be disappointed because he was striking the ball particularly well. And he will see the replay. Have ball by Yardley turned a bit too. I think that's what probably caught him off guard. That did really move, and a neat little catch taken in close there.
And chance of caught, he's out, yes. Yardley's done it again. Caught border. Miller, caught border, bowled Yardley for 10. It's now 7 for 262. From the far end, Hogg, he'll bowl to Taylor. Yeah, they're taking a single. And that's the first one to Taylor. In fact, neither of these batsmen had scored before this, so Taylor has won, Pringle yet to score, and it's 7 for 264. And he gets runs this time, a chase down for hooks at second slip, and once again evidence of this lightning fast outfield. That's into the fence for 4, and there was nothing on that shot at all. And in the air, is he out? Yes, he's gone. Taylor, I think he knew it. Taylor caught Marsh, bowled Yardley for 1. England 8 for 268.
Let's have another look at that. Here's Yardley coming in again. Let's see how much it turns. Oh yes, quite a good deal. And I think that must have been glove. It certainly appeared that way. And no hesitation in the Australians' minds.
And here's Hogg then to bowl to Pringle. And he's caught. Straight to Vessels. What a classic. That was a brilliant piece of work. Vessels again taking a great catch at short leg, and Pringle caught Vessels, bowled Hogg, and 9 wickets are down for 278, and Pringle out for 9.
Well, that really was a brilliant catch. If we'll have a look at this clip rather firmly, and there was Vessels in close. I think the hands must have been in the right position.
And that's up in the air. Who's out there? Thompson can't get to it. In fact, it's way out towards the extra cover boundary. They've taken 2 and back for 3.
Come on!
284 now. And in the air, who's out there underneath it? Nobody. It's going to fall. Great catch! What a catch! That's the catch of the season. Geoff Lawson. He must have covered his hat, would be 20 metres away from where he was. I have never, what a fantastic catch that was.
Well, here it is again, and I gave him absolutely no chance of catching that. And if we can pick him up, there he moves very quickly. He's run a long way. Now the hat's coming off. Watch this, running away from the ball. What a beautiful catch that was. And as you say, Norman, that is the catch of the season. And we've seen some very good ones this year too. Magnificent catch. That's the end of it for the Englishman.
So under the new laws for this tour, play was allowed to go past 6 o'clock to get a quota of overs, and at 22 minutes past 6, England all out for 284. Chris Tavares had been absolutely superb. He'd totally changed his batting style and took the attack to the Australian bowlers in top scoring with 89, well assisted by the consistent Alan Lamb, who made 83. 284 was a pretty interesting score and was always going to be competitive. Geoff Lawson was disappointing after dominating the series up to date, failed to take a wicket. Rodney Hogg, 4 for 69. Bruce Yardley cleaned up the tail towards the end. At one stage he'd had none for 70 and finished with 4 for 89. And Jeff Thompson bowled fast to take 2 for 49. Greg Chappell just the 1 over for 5 runs. So at the start of the second day, Australia started their innings, chasing England's 284, and it was going to be interesting to see whether they were going to put that 284 well in the shade, or whether, in fact, the wicket may have played a part and it was going to be a hard score to get. Well, it proved to be a nail-biter for the first innings lead as Australia started their innings right at the start of the second day's play.
Well, the cut shot, away it goes past Fowler. This outfield is lightning fast. Look at this. They've been sailing across there, and Fowler's got no hope at all. Australia's score goes up to 7 and Dyson to 5.
Let's have a look at the stance of Wessels. He's got this sort of close stance. He means his right foot seems fair way ahead of the other of his rear leg from the head on. You can see it there.
And Wessels cracks that away beautifully. 4 runs. Well, the Australians mean business here. None for 12 already. And beautifully played by Wessels. That's a fine shot. Long chase for Fowler. Now, made stop just inside the fence. They've taken 2. Let's see if they want to run 4 here. They may do it. Let's see if they go for the 4th. They're going. Here they go for 4 runs. And just did it. Just home. That was a great throw by Fowler. Dyson really had to scamper.
Well, a fine bit of cricket there all round. Now, watch how close to a run out this is. There's the ball coming. Dyson, look at him. Head down. Come on. Down you go.
And flicked away on the onside. There'll be a couple of runs there because it's a long chase back for Cook. And that's going to bring up the 50 for Australia. No wickets for 50 in less than an hour this morning. An appeal for leg before. He's out. Yes. A wicket to Cowans. Dyson, leg before to Cowans. For 21. Australia 1 for 55. I imagine drinks will be taken immediately because the wicket has fallen and Cowans has broken through.
Well, as soon as it hit him on the pad, I went, ooh, ooh, meaning it looked close.
So Australia 1 for 55 with the dismissal of Dyson. LBW to Cowans. Greg Chappell facing his first ball. Cowans the bowler. And he goes straight for the hook. Lamb is there. Could be out first ball. Lamb takes the catch and Greg Chappell departs first ball. The Englishman delighted now for Cowans, who is on a hat-trick.
Well, would you believe it? Short, 3-card trick this, a hook right in the air, 2 men out, and Lamb taking this catch very nicely indeed. That's magnificent positioning. Look at that.
Bowling his 3rd over, 2 for 15. Cowans on the hat-trick. And Wessels avoids it with a good shot off his legs for a single. The disappointment there for Norman Cowans. But what a fine over in which he captured the wickets of John Dyson and then first ball Greg Chappell. Bowled him. Bent back his off stump and Wessels has gone for 47 and Bob Willis looks to the skies saying, oops, how did I do that?
Well, that was a top delivery, and I think Willis's look said it all. This is pitched about, middle and leg, and just clipped the top of off. That's a magnificent delivery.
Hughes now 11, and the total 3 for 89. Border on strike. Bowled him! A vital breakthrough for Ian Botham, and he shows his delight as he follows up. Alan Border's runabouts continues, and Australia 4 for 89.
Well, another great body blow to the Australians by the Englishman. Botham delighted. He started off bowling terribly this morning, but just before lunch he started to move the ball around a bit. His away swinger was working, the off cutter, and now he could have ended Alan Border's Test career. That one come back beautifully from outside the off stump. Alan Border between bat and pad, and look at that man Botham. Is he excited or what?
And Hughes hooks, and what a good hit it was too. 4 runs. It wasn't all that far from Pringle, but he had no chance of cutting it off. Cowans to Hooks. Slash for 4 more. Doesn't give it plenty.
Almost on one knee, Kim Hughes, as he slashes it through the covers for 4.
Well, the crowd really loving this, Drew. That was a sensational shot, down on one knee for the cover drive.
And a chance caught behind, he's out. So Hooks is caught Taylor, bowled Pringle for 53, and Australia 5 for 180, and Pringle takes his first wicket, 1 for 12.
A pretty good delivery that, but Hooks, he seemed to lack concentration. He did not get over the ball as he's been doing. He seemed to lack temporarily. That one delivery, he's been getting right over the ball, but that one he sort of hung his bat out at and got a touch. You could hear it even from the little microphone there. But a fine innings, wasn't it?
Now, still Kim Hughes needs 1 for a half century as he faces Pringle. There it is this time. He's looking for 2. Cook the fieldsman, 1 only. Hughes is 50. And Marsh goes after him, and that might almost be over the top. It is. No, on the bounce. The crowd down there in front of the Southern stand were pretty impressed about that. They're signalling it was 6. That's 43. Gives himself room. More runs, possibly 4. Yes, it will be. Cook's given up the chase already. And on the long square boundary, Marsh gets his third 4 for the over.
And as you heard Graham Dawson say, Marsh giving himself room. Now look at him getting now back, leaning back to take room, and bang. And David Gow's not too happy with that either.
Oh, that's close enough. And that may have kept down a little, Ian. We'll have a look at that on the replay. But Willis is pretty happy, and a vital wicket for England. Australia now 6 for 261. Australian vice-captain Hughes out for 66.
Well, bottom edge into the stumps. Perhaps it did keep down. We'd do better on a side-on one here. Now let's have a look at this one. Yes, kept down. That was going to hit about half stump high then if Hughes hadn't made contact. And so the end of a fine innings from Kim Hughes.
And away it goes out towards the boundary. Let's see if that will be 4. No, they've taken 1, coming back to the second. And Marsh goes up to his 50. And a pretty good effort. That is easily his best innings of this series by a long way. And Yardley sort of hoiks that one away. It's going way up towards the mid-wicket area. And that flew into the fence. He really hit that hard. 5 for 276. Bowled him. Clean through him. Yardley's been bowled by Miller for 9. Australia 7 for 276. That brings the over count down by 1, I should think. And Australia here in a bit of bother there. And they're still 8 runs behind.
Well, what happened there? I think Yardley played just inside the line for the turn. And there was no turn in evidence, and over went the off dolly. Forward he goes. He looked to have that one covered.
Bowl. There's a great breakthrough for England. Marsh clean bowled by Willis. It's 8 for 276. Marsh bowled for 53.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the replay on this one, because I think again that one may well have kept low. We'll have a good look at it here as Marsh tucks across onto the offside. No, it didn't. No, that was just a case of Marsh playing inside the line. It looked to me as though there was a regulation bounce there. Took the stump round about the top.
And that's a shot. Yeah, too. He's been caught by Fowler. That's an amazing catch. He shuffled that off his leg stump. The 9th wicket is down. And Lawson is caught by Fowler, bowled Miller, and Lawson out for a duck, and Australia 9 down.
Yes, he goes for the sweep and gets a little top edge as I see it. Yep, top edge and straight to Fowler at backward square leg. Well, not straight to him. He had to run a yard or two to his right to take that one. And what a sensational collapse by Australia.
And the big hit down the ground. Australia's in front on the first innings. And you'd think the Ashes were home after that shot. And has bowled him. It's all over. Australia all out for 287. That's a lead of 3 runs only on the first innings. And let's see if that's the end of the day's play. But we'll watch the replay first of all.
Yes, a wild and woolly shot from Thompson. He just fails to make the contact. And over they go.
So again, play going past 6 o'clock to get the quota of overs in, and at 13 minutes past 6, Australia all out for 287, a first innings lead of only 3 runs. Kim Hughes top scoring with 66, David Hookes doing well, 53, and he's been consistent in this series, and Rod Marsh at last getting amongst the runs again and getting a half century. Australia leading by 3 on the first innings with their 287. Bowling for England, Willis 3 for 38, did well. Botham 1 for 69, Norman Cowans 2 for 69, and he took the first 2 wickets of the innings, including Greg Chappell first ball, and that's the second time in the series that Cowans had captured Chappell's wicket cheaply. Pringle 1 for 40, and the off-spinner Miller cleaned up the tail, getting the last 3 wickets and finished with 3 for 44. So for the second time in the Test match, an innings came to an end right on stumps, and so England would start their second innings at the start of play on the 3rd day. Australia with a lead of only 3 runs on the first innings. Perhaps they wanted it to be more to compensate for the fact that they were going to have to bat last on this wicket, which had already occasionally kept pretty low. At the start of the 3rd day, England beginning their second innings.
Good shot. This is before. Long chase for Lawson, but he won't get that. First boundary of the innings in the 10th over. And he slashes that one in the air, goes over point and bounds away for 4. And he's caught brilliantly by Yardley in the gully. What a catch. Thompson takes a wicket with his second ball, and Cook departs for 26.
This is a magnificent catch. Full-blooded drive, goes off the outside edge, and Yardley, who's deep in the gully, throwing himself to his left to bring off a miraculous one-handed catch. Great catch. A delighted Tomo. Yet again, Cook driving well away from the ball, as you can see there. Outside edge, and they don't come any better than that.
Hoggs bowling to Tavare. And bowled him. Clean bowl. Knocked the stump right out of the ground. Tavare out for a duck. Thompson to Gower. No ball called, and cracked away nicely by Gower. Not perfectly timed. He'll get a couple, maybe even 3. He's Dyson after it. They've taken 2. And they're going for the 3rd. Lawson from the northern end of this ground. He's bowling to Gower. And appeal for caught behind. He's out. Yes, Gower's been given out. He doesn't like it, but he's been given out. What behind off Marsh, off Lawson. Gower's out for 3. It's 3 for 45, and he waited and looked back at the umpire. And in the air again, safe, right over the top. Well, 3 cuts to Lem, 3 fours. He goes on to 12, 3 for 78.
And another lofted shot. Oh, magnificent hitting by Graham Fowler. Second boundary in the over. England's 100 on the board, 3 for 100. Back live to Yardley, and he goes for his third boundary in the over, this time out through extra cover. Magnificent stroke display here by Graham Fowler, and he brings up his 50. And Lamb slashes him through the covers. Well, that's meeting fire with fire. 4 runs.
What a great shot. This Lamb, very powerful forearms. Look at that.
As Thompson prepares to charge in. Fowler on strike. Hogg's in the same place on the boundary. Oh, that's hit him right on the toe.
That's it, Drew. The Jeff Thompson Sandshoe crusher. He upset a few Sri Lankans in the World Cup in '75 with a Sandshoe crusher. I think he's a much more controlled bowler. Look at that, right on the toe.
Hogg to Fowler. Bowled him. Straight through. Graham Fowler, 1 run after calling for a runner, is out for 65. Hogg to Lamb. Oh, he gets the edge and is caught behind by Marsh. Rodney Hogg takes 2 wickets and an over.
Down the ground, beautiful shot. Well, he gave that a real clap. 4 all the way.
Oh, another fine shot by Jeff Miller, and it screams to the boundary for his second successive 4.
An appeal for leg before, he's out. Well, Keith, Wendy says button up the lip again. Miller, leg before to Lawson for 16. It's now 6 for 160. And that's a rare leg before. Let's watch this again.
I don't think there's much worry about that being out. It looked plumb, and as I say, Miller has got Miller out, I would say.
And crash out through the cover field. And that's gone sailing out there. 4 more. He's 26. 6 for 173.
This is what the public has come to see. This is a hard stroke to play, I might add. Hits it, lofts over the cover field. It's a very hard stroke to play.
And the drive. Yes, he's beaten the field. That's a fine-looking shot. 4 runs. And that shot applauded by Bacon. Well, look at that. That bounced back 10 metres from the fence.
He's in. Swisho. And 4 runs. Just back to the square leg. .200 on the board for England, 6 for 201. Caught by Greg Chappell at first slip. A vital wicket for Jeff Thompson. Greg Chappell hasn't made a mistake in this game, and Ian Botham departs for 46.
Well, Thompson tempting Botham outside the off stump. He goes for that 1 shot too many, slices the ball to Chappell, and that must have come like an absolute bullet. They seem to come faster when the batsman plays the slashing stroke, and that is, as Drew Morfitt said, is a vital breakthrough for Australia.
An edge and wide of second slip down to the fence for 4. Hooks at full stretch, couldn't reach it. Taylor on strike. He gets 4 runs down to fine leg. Didn't miss Hogg by very much, but he had no chance of cutting it off. Faster ball. top edged away for 4. Did pretty well by Taylor to the practice wicket area. So 2 boundaries this over for Bob Taylor.
Here we are, Thompson to Taylor. And is that out? Yes, he is. First ball. He pulled away and he hit it down to Greg Chappell at slip. And Taylor caught Chappell, bowled Thompson, and it's 8 for 262.
Norman, I'm not sure whether in fact he has given him out court or LBW. We might watch the replay here, and I could be totally wrong, but let's have a look. I
think you're right, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, taking the leg before.
Yeah.
Oh, fine shot from Pringle. That's racing out towards the cover boundary. And when it connects, they go. And that's 4 more to England. Total up to 275 now. So Lawson will bowl from the southern end, and the batsman is Pringle. And a chance, and caught brilliantly by Marsh. Great catch. Pringle caught Marsh, bowled Lawson for 42. It's 9 for 280. And that's a record to Marsh in a test series. 27 dismissals. Catches. Wendy tells me that's a world record to Rod Marsh in 1 test series, and this is only the fourth match. Now look at Marsh's record, a fantastic record. And of course, 321 catches. Well, remember he took his 300th wicket. In the 2nd test of this series, he's taken 27 catches, and that's a record for any keeper in any series in test cricket. And he's got 1 match to play. And away it goes again. Who's out there? 4 again.
What an amazing shot. Well, I think it was fairly predictable what sort of ball he was going to get. He obviously read what was going to happen. He was waiting for the short, and he has given it something.
And bowled in, it's all over. Lawson takes the last wicket. Cowans bowled by Lawson for 10. And England all out for 294.
Watch the replay. As I suggested, they just needed 1 straight. Cowans going for a big swing, but missing it by the proverbial mile.
England making 294, and the 3 completed innings scores had all been very close. Graham Fowler again proving to be a far better batsman in the 2nd innings than he had been in the 1st innings. Good assistance from Botham and for a while from Lamb. And down towards the end, the tail-enders did well, with Pringle getting 42, Taylor 37, and Norman Cowans getting a pretty vital 10 runs as he swung the bat towards the end. Bowling for Australia, Geoff Lawson took 4 for 68 after being wicketless in the 1st innings, and the pace bowlers did all the damage. Hogg backed him up with 3 for 62, and Jeff Thompson again bowling very fast, 3 for 74, and it just seems that Jeff Thompson seems to be the most unlucky of the Australian bowlers. His figures could have been better than that. So again, with an innings finishing right on stumps, Australia were to start their 2nd innings at the start of the 4th day. They needed 292 to win, which was going to be a bit of a problem on a wicket which was playing at variable bounce, especially at the southern end. But all the scores in the test match had been in the 280s and 290s, and perhaps 292 was going to be a competitive score for them to get. And so it turned out when Australia started to bat at the start of the 4th day.
Dyson setting off for the single, could be a run out at the bowler's end. Gee, Vessels had to struggle. There's overthrows. This is going for 4. But it was well worth the throw. The fieldsman was Pringle.
No, this would have been very close. Misunderstanding here. You see Dyson play the ball out to the mid-wicket area. Pounced on very quickly. There's the hesitation. The throw wouldn't have been far from the stumps either, and as you can see there, had it made contact, certainly Vessels would have been run out.
Start of the 5th over of the innings. Willis to Dyson. A drive. Oh, what a great shot. for Penrith. And just over the head of both of them at second slip, or third slip, Tavares, and into the fence for 4.
Yes, well, that's it, Drew. Bowling to the strength. A little fine of that edge, and it could have been all over for Kepler Wessels. We see it again. Ball pitched short outside off stump. Wessels going back onto the back foot, getting that edge. And notice both of them. He hardly moved. Oh, he could have caught that, surely.
Bowling!
Yep.
May have been off his pads the same as in the first innings, and Norman Cowans again takes the first wicket of the innings.
Well, what an incredible game of cricket this is. Just when Australia looked as if they were going to really consolidate the position after a pretty good opening stand. 37, we saw Wessels out again, and here's how it happened. This ball pitched around about middle and leg. Wessels getting the pad rather thickly, and the ball cannon onto the middle and off stump.
Chappell out first ball to Cowans in the first innings. This is his first ball in the second innings. And he pushes the single, but I tell you what, it was just about straight through Cook at short leg.
Well, interesting way to get off a pair.
Chappell is 2, facing Cowans. He's caught in the covers, and Cowans has got him again. Ian Gould, the substitute, takes the catch.
Well, what an incredible test match this is. There we have the great man himself, and we'll see it again. Ball short outside the off stump. Cut by Chappell, got up a little higher than he thought, I feel, and of course a very fine catch taken by Gould.
Again, beautiful shot. That was even straighter than the first one. That's going under the other sideboard wheel. The straight drive, one of the classic shots of cricket. And short, he's out. Brilliant catch at second slip. Tavares. Dyson caught Tavares, bowled both them for 31. Australia reeling now at 3 for 71. And beautiful shot. 4 runs. He doesn't have to run for that. What a shot. How's that for first scoring stroke?
Right back. Oh, good shot. Finding the gap, which was pretty hard to do out square. And come back for 2. Pringle the fieldsman. And that's the Australian 100 on the board. 3 for 101. Pull by Hooks in the air. Wide of mid-on. 1, 2 bounces into the fence for 4. Through the offside, magnificent stroke by Hughes for 4.
And a catch it, he could be out. And the umpire, yes, he's out.
Well, the umpire
Yes.
he didn't see it. He consulted the square leg umpire, who nodded yes. Quick reflex action by this man, wicketkeeper Taylor. And oddly enough, here again, we see the umpires are absolutely bewildered. The man at the bowler's end had no idea. He walked over or looked at the man at square leg.
Well, there's the view this umpire gets. Now, he couldn't see whether the ball was caught or not. I think that was what it was, Steve.
Fair enough decision. And here's another view. You can see the little juggling act by wicketkeeper Taylor.
And that's a great view, isn't it? Hooks again, that's in the air. Who's underneath it? Willis is out there. Can he take it? He can. Well caught. Great breakthrough. Hooks caught Willis. Beau Cowans was 68. It's 5 for 173.
Well, I just made the remark then that this man must play it a bit sensibly and try to keep his wicket intact. And Cowans done it again. It's a good catch, I might add. Right outside the off stump, made it awkward, but this is a good catch by Willis. He's not the fastest man. And they're very hard to catch when they're running over your shoulder, coming over your shoulder. Good catch and a breakthrough again.
And a great shot by Border. And what a way for him to get off the mark. On the 27th delivery, the straight driver full. Two left-handers at the wicket. Marsh has the bowling. Cowans. Oh, struck on the pad. He's out.
Yes.
Cowans takes his 4th wicket. And England appear to be marching towards victory.
That's a very happy English team there. This one looks plumb. Up. Marsh goes back, keeps a little bit low, and I think you could safely say that one would have rattled middle stump about a foot above the ground.
Oh, a grubber. Yardley stepping back to expose the stumps. Cowans takes his 2nd wicket for the over and now has 5 for 44.
Well, that's... But Bruce Yardley has accentuated by being so far away from the ball, and he had no chance. He must have missed it by a foot.
Miller to Lawson. Goes the sweep and gets it fine. That'll go all the way. Gould, well done, but into the fence it went, and so did Gould. Lawson attempts to hook in the air, could be out. Cowans underneath it and takes the catch. Australia 8 for 202, and Cowans once again figures.
Short delivery. Lawson in no position to hook, and up it goes, and Cowan doesn't quite get far enough into it, but gets it safe, hands above his head. He was trying to attempt, but in the end those big safe hands clutched it to him.
It's a good shot by Border. Hit that beautifully. Close and out. Australia 9 down. Cowans getting his 6th wicket, trapping Hogg LBW.
That was a nasty delivery. It skidded back and cut back and kept very low, as you'll see. Yeah, I don't think umpire Whitehead, who's had a rather hectic time out there today and was yesterday, had little hesitation giving it out.
And over the top, down the round, for 4 runs. No one there. Great shot. 238. 54 to go. Beautiful shot. They're going for one. Let's see if they want a second here. They're trying for it. They're going to run. Here they go. Run out chance at the far end. And there. Through. They made it. Thompson made it.
That's a photo finish. Let's have a look at the photo. Well, we get a good bird's eye view here, the umpire's view of a good shot, that I might add. Now, let's have a look at the birds. Keep your eyes on the left.
Oh.
Good decision by the umpire, I'd say.
Well, 1 ball left to end the day's play. What a match this has been. Not over yet, Keith.
Anything will happen in cricket. You remember Kippax and Hooker on this very same ground. Okay, Victoria, New South Wales made 300 and something for the last wicket. Worked that one out.
Yep. Well bowled by both of them. That's the end of the day's play, and Border is pinned down. That means Thompson will face the bowling tomorrow morning. That was the 79th over. The new ball is due in 6 overs, so if they last till then, this has got a lot left in this game. I should think maybe all over in one ball, but with 37 to get, what an end to a test match.
Willis to Thompson. Oh, good shot down to fine leg for 1. Cowans the fieldsman. That's Thompson's first run of the day. Taking the single, he's trying to look for 2 and might get it. Well, they woke up late, throw to the bowler's end, Thompson home. They were only going for 1 at the start and then realised it was 2.
Well, that was the one we've been talking about. The 2s were always out there, providing you didn't hit it hard. Now, we just played it down. 1, look, they're dawdling, and suddenly they realised, which they should have realised well before and been looking for 2s, that this is an easy 2. No way in the world that they can be stopped.
Well, gave himself room, but gets it through for a couple. This will be a 50 partnership for the 10th wicket. Gould fields, they'll try to turn it into 3. Border comes back, a 51 partnership.
Well, what can you say? This match was wrapped up at about 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. There was no chance that Australia were going to get back into it, and some very gutsy batting by Jeff Thompson this time. Once backing away, right on his stumps, but he's forced it past point there. Timing the ball beautifully. That ball didn't get up as much as he would have expected, and he still hit it square in the middle.
Last ball of the over. Yes, he's going. Thompson very late. Oh. And there's a crash between the fieldsmen and they're home.
No one calling out there. No one calling. Well run, though. I think they were in anyway. Tomo was a bit late starting off. Alan Border had it all covered. And he should have been running to the danger end. No one calling.
Tomo hasn't appeared yet. There he goes.
Lamb's, really it was Lamb's throw, because he was the one swooping in on the ball. The other player would have had to turn to throw.
Cowans to Border. Back he goes, looking for 2. Should get it. Gould coming in. Thompson very quick. The throw to the bowler's end. Cowans fumbles and they're home. Half-century to Alan Border, and what a time for him to hit some form. And now Australia only 20 to win. An edge wide of the keeper, it could go for 4. Pringle dives, slides and stops it, but they come back for 2. Could be an overthrow if they want it, but Border had gone well past the stumps to complete his 2.
Well, just a little edge here. Border on where first slip would have been. Of course, there's no first slip. Pringle sliding. Desperation stuff now.
16 to win. 9 for 276. Right back. Thinking of 1, thinking of 2. Taking it quickly and going. Bit of trouble here. Taylor's at the stumps and he's home.
Bad throwing. Under pressure, not reacting well. Taylor mustn't chase the ball. He's got to stay around the stumps. He's not going to cut it off, and there's nothing to throw at. He's not there. Looking for the 2. Now, Taylor starts to go after it. No one in sight as yet. On his left-hand side, but a very, very poor throw, and a good throw, and Alan Border was dead.
And here we are, Bob. 14 to make and the match to win. And a chance, but dropped. It may have carried. He's got a single. Taveray it was. It may not have just carried to him. It was certainly in the air past the bat. It was a snick. Let's watch it again.
Good angle to see. Outside edge. And just short. Just short. You can see Taveray's hand half following the ball.
And Bruce Yardley wipes a bead of perspiration off the brow. 9 to make for Australia. And runs, yes, it's through. It could be 4, it's a long chase out there. I'd say it could be 4, it's slowing down. Border may want 3. Yes, he'll be happy with 3. Yes, Border will say, that's okay, we'll take 3. 6 to win. And look at Bruce Yardley. Both into Thompson. And it caught, dropped, caught! Fantastic performance. It was dropped by the second slip, caught by the first slip, and England has won by 3 runs.
Well, this would have been a nightmare forever from Taveray. It's a sitter, really, and he's looking up saying, oh, what have I done? And Jeff Miller, who hasn't had a catch for about 3 matches, suddenly he's there, he's picked it up, and how delighted and relieved he is. Well, we'll see from this angle that this really is, as Slipfield's catches go, an easy catch. Up it goes, and have a look how far Miller has come. Now it's gone right behind. Miller coming around beautifully, and he has got it. Look at the relieved Taveray there, though.
So Australia all out for 288, just 4 runs short of their target of 292 to win. England won one of the most gripping test matches of all time by 3 runs. Australia were in trouble for a while there after Greg Chappell had failed for the second time in the match, and then it was a century partnership between Hughes and Hooks which gave Australia some glimmer of hope. But then when Hughes was out, Hooks followed 2 runs later, and Australia were crashing again and looking as though England were going to win it by as much as maybe 100 runs, until that last wicket partnership between Border and Thompson, which finished in such exciting fashion at 12:23 on the 5th day of the match. Australia just 4 runs short of their target, and the partnership had added 70 for the 10th wicket. If they'd got their 74 to win the match, it would have been a world record. It's never been done before. Australia all out 288. Bowling for England, the highlight of course was Norman Cowans, who wasn't good enough to play in England's team in the 3rd test match, but he came back for this game and took 6 for 77 after getting the first 2 wickets in the first innings, and his performance was good enough to win him the Man of the Match award. Never before had he taken 6 wickets in a first-class match, let alone in a test match. Botham 2 for 80, and he took that last wicket, the catch that Taveray dropped that Miller snapped up, running around from first slip, and so Botham, with the wicket which kept England in this Ashes series, had taken his 100th wicket against Australia in test matches. Pringle 1 for 26 and Miller 1 for 30. So we go to Sydney for the final test match in the series. It stands Australia leading 2-1. If England can snatch a victory in Sydney, the series will be tied at 2-2 and the Ashes remain in England, which didn't seem a possibility after the test match in Adelaide. What a great finale it will be to this test series, and it's just been magnificent throughout, with the Melbourne test match one of the all-time highlights. Drew Morfitt at the MCG for ABC Sport.